So here we have our diamond trail frame plates. As you can see, we've got the rondelle frame and the picot frame. Rondelle was made to go with our rosette maker and picot was made to go with our pearly pets. However, they are all interchangeable, as you'll see when I show you the samples. On our rondelle, we've got a scalloped frame, we've got a square and we've got a circle. These can be extended or reduced depending on the size of your project, which I'll show you on our samples. And again, on the picot, we've got a square with triangles and a double circle in the middle. But we can pick out lots of parts of this outer frame, and again, when we get to our samples, it'll make it a little bit clearer and you'll see all the different things that you can do. We can do borders, we can do corners, and we can do frames. I'll pop these out the way and I'll quickly show you how to use them, but they are very simple. It's basically how we use all the diamond trails in our ranges. Pop it over your project. This time we're doing it as a square. You can either pierce and just go straight through the holes like that. That's as simple as it is, and what you're doing is you're providing yourself with a guide now to either stitch through or add your gems or add your pearls, which we all have left over and we don't know what to do with. Won't do all of it, but as you can see there, that leaves you now a nice pierced guide. You can, if you wish, and if you're designing different sizes and shapes, you might want to use a mechanical pencil. Exactly the same. Just go through the holes, extend the nib so that it goes through, and what you're doing now is you're just giving yourself a pencil mark to work with. If you get it wrong, you can always rub it out and start again. And your third option is using your fine liners. Now this applies your colour straight to your card, so that's quick and easy to do as well. So here we go, let's just go through the holes and I'll just give you a couple of quick little tips while I'm doing it. So here's your fine liners done like that. What you can do then with a different colour, you can manually go in between, and we do this a lot with our personalised board, pop one in the middle, and now as you can see I'm making an even more distinct and solid line. And for another little trick, if you haven't got time to do all your gems, pop a little tiny bit of glitter glue over the top, and that now becomes like a little glittery gem. That's just 3 different ways of marking out your guides. Now, if I bring a piece of oblong paper in, this is how we extend. We start to pierce or mark on this side, and then what we do is we move it over, line it up, and extend that frame out again. Similarly, if you've got a smaller piece of card, you'd do halfway and then you'd move it up and halfway and join it, so you can make them smaller or larger. You can pick bits out, you can make your corners. Now if I show you this on our picot frame, you might choose just to use that corner. You might choose to make it into a border down the side of your card. Now if I start to bring some samples in, this will become a lot clearer. So let's start with our rondelle. So that's very simple. That was your fine liner, how I showed you there. Very, very simple. That's without the glitter glue. All I did was pick out the square, as you can see, and pick out the circle. Easy. So that's one of them. We've done it the same again, but it looks slightly different because we've added the 2 frames together. Pop that over the top, look. It's as simple as that. Then you add all your embellishments in with it. I'll put glitter glue over the top of those, which I quite like doing that because it's quick and easy. Here we go again. There's our oblong, like we said. We've extended it along. So you're not stuck with just a square shape. Please don't look at it as a square. Here we go again. These are border, and I've just moved it down the side on both sides. So now we're creating borders. And here's another one again. They all look different every single time, and it depends on what size pearl you use or what size gem you use, or even stitching through. They will look different every single time, and it gives you just a guide to use, because you'll never do this by eye. Well, I wouldn't anyway, I'm not that clever. But this just gives me the opportunity to embellish all my cards. If I move on to the picot, again, I said to you, it just depends which part you pick out. So if I bring some samples in again, just to show you, so we've started off there, and all I've done is the outer square with the pearls on, and I've used large pearls. But let's bring another one in. It's the same frame, but because I've used smaller pearls, it looks different again. I didn't put the corners in, I just extended it myself. So I used this as a guide, but then brought it out, because you could always put an extra one on the top, an extra one on the inside. They are guides for you to create. Let's bring some more samples in, because again, here we go, there's another one. This time I did put the corner in, but I could have extended a bit more that way, or could have done a few inside this. I could have done another row using that as my guide and come in again. You will extend this out or in, or use it as it is. I mean, really, it's in the opportunities to use this on your card are endless. Now look at this again. That is still the triangle, but all I did this time is I went up the middle and I just used the 2 dots. So now we've come away from triangles. Honestly, the more you start playing with this, the better. We've got a few more here. I mean, it's all about samples. Let's bring that in there. Again, same frame, but I've just took a diamond out of it this time and I've popped my glitter glue over the top. Again, same frame again, but this time what I did is I did it and put my triangle there, and then I flipped it over and took the triangle the other side and made a diamond going in. So I had to play and did it that way. And then another one, pretty much on the same theme, is I did a border. So I put my triangle over the top, and then I brought the other side in, marked it, and did it that way. So now I've got a diamond frame. We also have one here where we've used the easy mat, we've used the holes off our Pearly Pets, this one, and our frame, where we've put a pearl or a gem and then a blob of glitter glue in between. So you can really start to play with all of these items that are on the show today. But if I bring in our books, now our books, as we all know, are really successful. And let's bring it into shot, because please excuse me, because I am doing this back to front and upside down, but we're going to give it a go. I used the rondelle on this one, and again, what I did was I started off there in my corner like that. I went halfway up, and then I moved it and brought it up and across the top. So now you can start using it on your book frames, which are on the show today. You could pop it onto boxes. I mean, really, anything that needs a frame or a corner. Now, we really did bling this one up. I mean, Mum's into the bling thing. They're shouting at me to get it into shot. Let's have a go. Can we see that now? Can we see that, Mother?
You can, love.
We can. We're on. So, I really bling this one up. This is Mum's thing, you know what she's like with glitter. But with our book die on this one, I didn't actually take the middle out. I left it as a solid, but that gave me the opportunity to really go for it. I put a big pearl in, a big gem in the middle, and I did an outer one around it. And I actually use these as corners. Let's swap the right frame in. Can you see? I just popped it as a corner there, and it left me like that. We just start to play. I'll just tilt it up a little. I did the same again. If I bring it into shot there, I did the same again on the back page. And of course I've used our pad, which is on the show today. So of course you can see now how much that you can play with these frames. You really are going to enjoy using them. Trust me.